Well, hello, everyone. I've been off for a while. I had to do some work, got out of town. First of all, it is 11 p.m. Tuesday night, 8/18/2020. Hope everybody's doing well. You can see I'm wearing this, it's not an ascot, it's what they call a gator sleeve. I'll be discussing that in a minute. But I hope everybody's been having a had a great weekend. I spent my weekend servicing a machine somewhere out in Iowa. So that was my fun. Then driving back. Um, what I'd like to discuss before we go any further is I think it's time for me to start getting hardcore. This COVID-19 is real, but with the proper mask wearing and doing what you're supposed to do, following some of what you do with the CDC. When it first happened, I had to go out and do work, and there was not a car on the road. No one was working. It was very surreal, kind of like apocalyptic type situation. Then a couple weeks later and a month later, it got better. After driving on the way back home, I saw so many cars, so many traffic jams, just outrageous. And I heard about a statistic that right now, around 11%, maybe a little bit under that, people that were working when the greatest economy ever, are back to work. Maybe they're not working full time, but everybody's back to work, okay? If you want to work, you can pretty much work. And you can also work from home. But there's a ton of people on the roads, trucks, everything. Now, I have my own opinion. This is my own opinion that the Democratic Party is trying to push, because they have no other choice. They are trying to push their agenda because they have nothing else to do, saying people should be able to vote from home. Now, absentee ballot is perfectly fine. The military and everybody do this. I've done it before when I was going to be out of the country. But the problem is that when you have mail-in voting, and it's not, absentee ballot, it's completely different. They blanket different states, and it's a free-for-all. And what will happen is no one will trust the votes, so they'll have to go through all of them. That means, and this is the worst thing, when no one has been declared the winner, there is a place in there that Nancy Pelosi could become the acting president until it's figured out. Who in the fuck wants that? If you haven't seen before, just recently, like last week, reporters talked to her after her lunch, and from what I understand, she drinks her lunch. She was drunk as hell, slurring her words, talking about Trump. Okay, so getting back to the mask situation. So they want to do mail-in voting, saying it's unsafe. Well, if you wear your mask, you stay 6 feet around people, or wear your mask if you have to be closer, it's not stopping people from going to the store. It's not stopping people from going to work. It's not stopping people from going to restaurants. It's not stopping people from going and standing, and I've seen it, very close to each other with a mask on, getting Starbucks, okay? And people getting their nails done. If people can do all this and drive all around, why can't we have people go vote at a voting center? There is no reason for this, in my opinion. Now, when I first started out, I had to wear one of these. Uncomfortable This is the N95. This is that one that when you breathe it in after a couple hours, your throat's all scratchy and nasty. And then we went to a couple of these type, a little bit better. And then some customers require this. When I work there, you have to wear their type. But generally, when I'm driving around and I got to get out of the car or whatever, I just put this on. Now, this is what they call a gator sleeve or something that's easy to breathe through, but it caps particles and stuff like that. I had a friend that did go fly, and he's wearing something particular to this, and he says that no one says a word to him. He gets in, everything, but when he gets up to take his stuff out when they go for security, the lady makes him take his mask down to see who he is. What's the point? Either don't wear a mask or wear a mask. If you got to take it off, you're exposing yourself. That means that the woman that's making everybody take their mask off to see them, she's exposing herself and whoever it is every time. I said, wow, didn't you tell it that defeats the purpose? He says, yeah, but she just says this is what they want. So what I'm trying to say is that these are times that we have to do this. But there's proof that this is happening all over when they've ran these other ones where they're doing these ballots. These ballots are all messed up, and I don't want anything. I want it to be fair and square, okay? Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, or whatever, how you say her name, they are the Democratic hopefuls. They stole the election from Bernie Sanders for the second time. Now, if you didn't know this, Hillary Clinton and Susan Rice have also said that, hey, if Biden wins, they'd like to be in the administration. Of course they would. Do you have any idea what Trump has exposed about being he was spied on before his candidate? Today, they have proof now from documents and reports and writings where they were FBI agents. The moment Trump was going to go do his first security briefing because he was running as a candidate. When he went in there, the FBI was told by probably Comey or whoever to go in, watch what Trump's doing, and watch Mr. Flynn. Watch them and make sure they, listen for anything about Russia. We want to get this scenario going. FBI, these people were crooked as shit. They just had a guy go down. One of the main FBI lawyers, he just admitted this is just the beginning, tip of the iceberg. So what I'm saying to you is that there is no reason for anybody to want to stay. No, granted, you can anybody can do absentee ballot, okay? Anybody can do that, okay? It's perfectly legal and there's nothing wrong with it. I want to play you something that he said. This is Dr. Fauci. Now remember, Dr. Fauci in the beginning said, masks are not required, okay? Then a month later, he said masks are required, but don't worry about it. The sun and the heat kills it. Now he says the sun and heat don't kill it, and the surfaces need to be cleaned constantly because it stays on there for very long. Then that was wrong. So no one really knows. But I want you to watch this clip. Let me get this down here. I haven't done this in a while. I've been gone, so hopefully you don't mind. I'm going to play this clip for you. And this was just a little while ago. It was on August 15th, 2020. Or 14th. And it's the 7th, 18th now. Okay? He's being interviewed by a lady, and he's going to tell her what he thinks. And what you guys think about this.
Can people safely go out and vote in person, given that this year there is so much concern around the vote?
I think if carefully done according to the guidelines, there's no reason that I can see why that not be the case. For example, When you look at going to a grocery store now in many regions and counties and cities that are doing it correctly, they have X's every 6 or more feet. And it says, don't leave this spot until the person in front of you left their spot. And you can do that. If you go and wear a mask, if you observe the physical distancing and don't have a crowded situation, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do that.
Now remember, this is Dr. Fauci that was pushing for months, no mask, then mask, then don't worry about it, it's going to be okay, and then it's all bad again. Now, he has turned 180 again, saying that it's perfectly. Now, this is the Democratic Party saying that this guy is the guy, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you something about this guy. This is the guy back when SARS was around. Remember, he did some great work with AIDS, okay? He did great work with AIDS. He was all involved, okay? But when SARS came out, people found out using the Zithromac, the zinc pack, and that hydrochloric whatever stuff in small quantities was either helping when people first got sick with SARS or helping them recover. So many people in Africa and everything use the hydrochloric and whatever. They use this stuff. I have to take it when I go overseas for malaria, okay, when I go to India. So what happens is that a woman from Africa works in Houston, Texas. She says that, hey, I treated over 350 people and they all had different underlying issues and they all got better by using this because she used to be in Africa and they use the medicine for the hydrochloric and the same stuff for malaria, and it works. He's saying that, she shouldn't be saying those stuff. So what we find out is that when she checked into the records, who was the chairman? Who was the overseer of the actual SARS that broke out? Okay, when SARS broke out, he was the head guy, and they found out that the best way to handle this was using the zinc, the Z-Pack, and the hydrochloric and whatever stuff, okay? The three things that Trump's been taking to whatever, and other doctors have all been shut down by YouTube and everything else. But this is what they're saying. So he was in charge of this. But we find out now they want to push a new medicine from Big Pharma. Now, Big Pharma are upset with Trump because they're upset with Trump. Let me see. They're upset with Trump because, sorry about this. I just forgot to turn on the chats in case, I don't know if it was okay, let me turn it on. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, so they got upset with they got upset with all everything happening because Trump was using this everything. A lot of doctors were getting blackballed and everything like that. Fauci is in bed. He's a stockholder in this new pharma to get this new medicine. He's going to make millions of dollars. So why allow something that everybody in the world uses for malaria and everything like that only costs 50 cents, that could cost you thousands of dollars? This is the political pool, okay? But this is the doctor that everybody loves that says, as long as you're wearing a mask, keep your social distancing, which you definitely can, because I've voted many times. They've got lines where they got you 300 feet from your voting bowl. They can put the little stickers down. They can keep it good. You can wait in your car, wait. It can happen, and there's no reason for that. That's I wanted to get that off my chest. Just wanted to say about it. But let's see what else he says. Now watch. He's going to say if you got underlying issues or whatever, maybe you can do your mail-in balloting. No. You can do an absentee ballot. Let's hear the rest of it.
I mean, obviously, if you're a person who is compromised physically or otherwise, or you don't want to take the chance, there's the situation of mail-in voting that is done for years in many places. So there's no reason why we.
What he means is mail-in voting has been done for many years. No, not mail-in voting. It's called absentee ballot. When he uses the word, it's not been done. Now, they have tried it in some places with horrible, horrible results. Horrible. Okay, so let's let them finish up that. And then I'm going to go to another something. We're going to talk a little bit about Bill Clinton. Oh, Slick Willie, okay?
We shouldn't be able to vote in person or otherwise.
Can people say?
All right, we're going to switch back to this. So what I wanted to talk about next is tonight, Bill Clinton is going to be, or he's already done it, he is going to be taped. Everything's taped, okay? He's going to tape everything, okay? You know, everybody that's on this DNC thing, they're all are doing wow. They are all doing these tape things because they don't want to be around each other. This is just a facade to say, oh, we can't be around each other. But guess what? You see people right next to each other when new cars come out. First of all, you see people right now, they're going to be letting 25,000 people in football stadiums. Socially distanced with masks, but they're going to let them go. Okay? There's a picture of Fauci when baseball came back. Him, his wife, I believe, and another person, they got their masks hanging off them. They're not eating, they're just sitting there, and they got people around them. There's no reason you cannot vote. Okay, so let's go to this thing. So Bill Clinton is speaking. Now remember, the Me Too movement. They finally started reaching out and saying Bill is a pedophile. He is he's terrible shit. So I want to show you what the Democratic Party is. This guy, I've been listening to him for a little bit. I want to watch what he tells you what happened on the very first Democratic for 2020. Let's see if I can get this right here. So let me see if I can get this to start right from the beginning. Now, what you're about to see is, I guess this might have been at the end of the show or the beginning, because I don't watch it. I didn't watch it. But tell me how this coincides to a convention for the Democratic Party. The fuck? Is that a butthole? It is. Yeah, that's what I feel like.
Holy hell. Well, my condolences out there to anybody who's recovering or recuperating from, what you might be asking? Wu flu? Kung flu? No, not too worried about that. For all the people recovering from the vast amount of AIDS one would have gotten if they watched any amount of last night's Democrat National Convention, which was blasted everywhere, but thank God only a few people watched, because that was a lethal amount of cringe being broadcast. If you didn't see this, the end is absolutely horrendous. You got that Billy Porter dude, the dude who keeps showing up to everything in dresses, and he's doing a rendition and says, "Stop, kids, what's that sound? What's that sound? That sounds fucking Bill Clinton. That sound is Jeffrey Epstein. Holy shit, you know what got dropped today? It's fascinating that you guys ended last night's Democrat National Convention with that song, because today when you start it back up, Bill Clinton's going to be one of your speakers, and we got some fresh new images of this dude on the Lolita Express, my friends. Holy.
Now remember, Bill Clinton just last week says, I was never on Epstein's Lolita Express, his private plane. Never on there. Okay? He swore up and down. We even know he was on there 26 or 27 times on the actual plane. Like, well, let's see where this rabbit hole goes.
Holy shit, you can't make this up. We on the offense, boys. Take a look at this. We're at the Daily Mail. Exclusive, quote, Would you mind giving it a crack? Bill Clinton leans back and smiles while receiving neck massage from Epstein victim 22.
Remember, this is Bill Clinton. You'll see other pictures. This is Bill Clinton. He's in because they're refueling for where they had to go, where he got picked up from. Now remember, Bill Clinton's supposed to have 2 or 4 of these Secret Service with him because he was an ex-president. There's not a one of them around. Okay? Second of all, this woman is one of the people that is named in a sexual complaint with Maxwell Epstein being forced, and she's cracking his back because remember, Epstein says, I'm going to make everybody a masseuse. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going.
In never-before-seen photos during a trip on pedophile's plane to Africa in 2002 as he addresses Dem Convention tonight. Clinton, then 56, had complained of having a stiff neck after falling asleep on Epstein's infamous private jet, nicknamed the Lolita Express, while on the humanitarian trip with the pedophile to Africa in September 2002. Epstein's accused Madam Ghislaine Maxwell, who herself is now in a prison on sex trafficking charges, repeatedly encouraged Davies to give Clinton a massage while the group was refueling at a small airport in Portugal after flying in from New York. After Maxwell's insistence, Clinton asked the 20-something, quote, "Would you mind giving it a crack?" And there you can see in this picture, that woman who is giving Bill Clinton that neck massage right there is the 22-year-old Davies that right now is accusing Ghislaine Maxwell of raping her multiple times.
Now remember, after they got Epstein and quote unquote committed, suicide bullshit, they raided his New York place. Ghislaine Maxwell, she had photos, videos, many of topless girls where she's with and making out or having sex with these people. Remember, I've done other videos. I believe that she's not a victim. Actually, she's the one with all the ties to all the rich people. And I talked about her father, who was a multi-billionaire, but also was corrupt. He was part of a shipping magnate type person, but he ended up getting involved and stole everybody's pension money for that. And then he ended up being dead on his big ass yacht floating in the water. Okay. So this woman has claimed that she was groomed. And then this woman was also told once they kept having sex with her that you need to help get us others. Okay. And was having her find girls so they could molest. Let's keep going.
Right? That woman is also telling everybody that it was her job to go around and help pick out other girls for Epstein to rape. That woman is giving Bill Clinton a massage in this picture. We've got other pictures being dropped today of Bill Clinton being on the plane, playing poker with a bunch of people. He's got one of his favorite fucking cigars up in his mouth.
Now, everybody must have to say, we've seen other pictures of that plane and what it looks like, okay? They're playing poker, and that must be Epstein up here. We all know about Bill and his cigars, Monica Lewinsky. Need I say more?
And these are all highly inconvenient pictures, again, being dropped today, the day that Bill Clinton is supposed to address the Democrat National Convention. This wasn't on accident. This didn't just happen on accident. This was all planned. This was all leaked on purpose, specifically targeted to detonate this man today. This is a perfectly done, well-placed internet bomb, and it is our job, my friends, to spread this to the corners of the internet, to explode this narrative that Bill Clinton was never with Jeffrey Epstein. That punch in Jeffrey Epstein and then president into any search engine, and the first thing that starts pulling up is Donald Trump. Donald Trump, yeah, the dude played golf with him. The dude was at a party with him. Yeah, they're all billionaires. They're all hanging out at the same events. But you know what you don't have with Donald Trump out there, you idiots on the left, you shill fucking media? You don't have Donald Trump on the Pedophile Express. You don't have Donald Trump getting massages from women who are now accusing the Madam Ghislaine Maxwell of raping them, of facilitating other children for Jeffrey Epstein to rape, for him to bring to the pedophile island so he can ensnare and entrap all these other idiots like Bill Clinton. You don't have any of those pictures. We got plenty of those fucking pictures, and more just got leaked today. Take a
So I'm very interested in this, okay? But Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. If you know anything about Hillary, people that know her very well say that Bill Clinton has been a horn dog, sleeping with, when he was governor of Arkansas, he had been sleeping with Miss Arkansas all through his career. And they say that one of Hillary's ex-closest friends actually said that it was an arrangement. Hillary likes women. See how this is all kind of coming out? You've heard the rumors, and there's been some pictures leaked where there's kind of like a heavy-duty ping pong table. Hillary's laying on one side, and her other Wiener's ex-wife is on the other side of this pool. Then there's like a small child laying on there too. It's creepy shit. Okay, so I'm gonna let this go a little bit further, and then
look at this one. Here's Bill Clinton on the actual fucking Lolita Express, the plane its fucking self, while he's playing poker. Where are they going? Lots of questions should be asked. And we'll tell you where they're going. They're going to an island where they've got a bunch of trafficked children that they're going to be partaking in. I mean, look at this picture right here. Here's Ghislaine Maxwell with Kevin Spacey. And look at that, boys. He's on the phone. I got a feeling that he's going to be ordering up a whole bunch of 12-year-old Norwegian boys to immediately be sent up to his room. In case you're not paying attention or being kept up to date with his death tally, he's up to 3 or 4 individuals who've accused him of rape. They dead. They fucking dead. Mysterious car crashes left and right around the Clintons and Kevin Spacey, and we've got all of these people completely intertwined with, again, the Epstein Island.
So, if you remember anything about Kevin Spacey, had a great show. It was on Netflix, okay? And then it came out that this young boy, or young at the time, said that he was molested because he had been given alcohol and went up to sleep, and Spacey started molesting him upstairs. And then when they asked him, Kevin Spacey says, "Well, I've been a homosexual forever." That's not an excuse. That's what he gave, okay? And then he's like, then other people start coming out of the closet. Now remember, he's been trying to get back into the limelight and trying to get back in since this time. Well, 3 or 4, like he says, 3 or 4 of those people mysteriously all dead. Now there's one person still alive that refuses to say anything, has actually rejected their claims because they don't want to die. Remember the death count with Hillary Clinton. Problem is that if you get close enough and you know Hillary Clinton, you're probably going to be possibly have some type of interaction. If you have it with her, you could be on the list. She has a death toll. You can check it out. You can check into that. So let's finish this up here.
Lots of pictures of them with Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Clinton being on this plane, flight manifestos, flight logs left and right, and of course, mainstream media press. We don't see anything here. We don't see anything here. We've got this mountain of evidence that all of these numbnuts are hanging around each other, fucking little kids, and the mainstream media press is like, let's bring them to the DNC National Convention. Bill Clinton could give a talk. What are you guys thinking? What is the game plan out here? Are you going to try to fuck this one up worse than the one that you had last night? How much enthusiasm is left in the Bill Clinton or the Clinton
Look
tank
at
at this point? I mean, holy balls. I thought this man detonated Hillary Clinton's run in 2016. When Hillary Clinton showed up to the debate with Donald Trump, and Donald Trump brought in all of the women who accused Bill Clinton of rape and put them right in the front row, I thought that was it. That was one of my biggest red pill moments. I was like, holy shit, this Donald Trump dude's for real. This dude's for straight up real. He brought all those women in. Bill Clinton was like, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I don't think the campaign ever recovered from that. But here you go. You're going to trot them back out. And of course you guys have to trot them out. You've painted yourself into a very ridiculous corner where if you don't have the Clintons speaking at this, it's going to look even weirder. So here you go. Donald Trump and his 4chan internet division out there dumped all of these images on the internet today for us to push out there to help red pill and detonate these Clinton assholes and, of course, the DNC National Convention's fucking lame-ass party tonight. So get it out there, spread it out. Not necessarily this video. This video is crazy, but go out there, go to the Daily Mail, get this, go to Donald.win, find the images, find the posts that they're sharing out there. Less incendiary might be better for the people who are still lefties. We don't want to get them to knee-jerk react to a lunatic screaming in his toy room. But go grab those images and spread them out on your social media platforms of choice, just so we can get the message out there to the people who are like, oh man, this fucking, this Democrat party, yeah, they're burning down their own cities. This Wu flu's really pissing me off. But, you know, Orange Man Bad's still really bad. Those people are perfect for these images. Be like, hey, look at Bill Clinton being massaged by a young woman who's accusing Ghislaine Maxwell, who Bill Clinton's also best friends with, of raping her a bunch of times. While they're refueling to get back on a pedophile island airplane, the Lolita Express.
The one he was never on.
Pill some normies in the middle, so get it out there, my friends. And thank you so much for watching the video. Support it, If you want to be kept up to date on Bill Clinton imploding the DNC out there, hit that subscribe button and make way, because the salt must flow.
So I can't recommend enough. This guy seems to be pretty good. He's from California, and he has an open mind, and it's Salty Cracker. That's a hell of a name. But what I wanted to also show you, so tonight, Bill Clinton did speak. And I want to get this from the beginning. I'm not going to go very far. But he's going to talk about the children. You know, and how Trump's bad and about, you know, protecting the children. Who the fuck is he kidding?
And we hire a leader to help us solve problems, create opportunities, and give our kids better tomorrows. That's a tall order this year. With the COVID-19 outbreak.
Protect our children. Joe Biden is being led around with handlers, physical handlers. He's not allowed to get out of his basement. And the very first, and I mean the very first interview he gives is to a stripper called Kylie B, where she makes him promise to get socialized medicine and to get socialized medicine and get better wages for Black America in general. That's what she wants. And he said, oh, yeah, sure. Joe is a facade. He will end up getting COVID-19 or something will happen. It's already happened. He's got dementia. But he'll get something just before this is through, before the election. And I believe, this is me, I believe that Kamala Harris will slip in and try to be the first woman president of minority. But if this starts to happen, squeezing in will be the one who got robbed, Hillary Clinton. She will say, look, you need to step down, bitch, because I'm coming in. This is my time to rule. And she'll swing her ass right in there. You'll see. You'll see. I'll be very surprised if Joe's going to be going away. She's got to pick somebody. But what's going to probably happen is they're going to say, you know what? I feel comfortable just being vice president. We need a real leader and someone that knows how to kill people in Benghazi. We need Hillary. Well, this is bullshit. But I just wanted you to hear I don't want to listen to the rest of this guy. Remember, the Me Too the Me Too party never said anything about this guy till recently, which is, I applaud them. They did that. They finally did that. And now they're letting them speak at the Democratic convention for 2020. Are they woke or not woke? Now let's talk about this. Kamala Harris tore Joe Biden's ass out. He was shitting on the floor, okay? Just shitting on the floor when they had the debate. She says, that little girl that had to be bussed in, that little girl was me, and you did this and that. Well, let's talk about her. How did she get into politics? How did things happen? Well, she latched on to a 60-something-year-old penis that she was pleasuring, a married man, that is, in Congress. That's how she got her first leg up. That's why you see all these memes about blowjobs and everything, okay? Then she proceeded to, God sent, she would put people in jail for marijuana. I don't do marijuana, don't really care about it, but I know that it helps a lot of people, especially the medical stuff, okay? But she imprisoned many people and a lot of African American and minorities. Joe Biden passed bills to put people in jail. The only one that's getting people out of jail and stopping it, and I believe he might actually legalize marijuana so that they want to say, well, this state says it's legal, but the FBI or the United States says it's bad. I think he's going to take care of that because I know he believes in the medical part about it for sure. So I'm going to get rid of this weasel. This little weasel right here bothers the shit out of me. I don't have a lot more to talk about. I'm going to probably get a little bit more radical because that's really what this show is going to be. They might kick me off. I'm on Facebook. I'm not on Twitter, but I'm on Facebook. I do shoot it over to there. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. I'm also on Twitch. I stream. I'm using a program that sends it out to everyone. It's called Mob Crush. So basically, I take the stream key for Mob Crush and I put in like Twitter, not Twitter, but I put in all my things I want, including Mob Crush, and then it will stream all this to everybody. Then I can grab stuff from there. But I also record it. So appreciate everybody that if you do see this, I'm starting to come out of my shell. I spent a lot of money to get all these mics, to get all this stuff. Now, this weekend, I drove all the way to Iowa. I set up my portable, which it's not as good as all this, but I set up my portable one. I thought maybe I'd do a stream or two, try it for the first time. I did one from my home and in the back room, but I wanted to try it out. But I was so busy, I never really got a chance to do it. So maybe next time. But once again, if you watch this and you agree with anything like that, I'd like you to, I don't know if there's like buttons on this or how it's all going to work, but if you'd like to follow me, this is episode 6. We talked about Fauci and the mask. We talked about shitty ass Bill Clinton. How can they in their right mind? First of all, why are they showing a prominent gay man in a dress? What does it have to do with electing a president? Has nothing to do with it. Well, once again, thank you everybody. And if you liked anything you saw, I would appreciate a follow. A follow would be great. A link, a thumbs up, something. I will make sure that it gets on every platform. Once again, peace out. Thank you everyone. It's been a pleasure.